So, what a day it has been. Now, let me make clear for the record, because there's a lot of people out there that don't know, that like to talk about things they don't know, or they're just simply plastic Christians. What you have been witnessing this past week or two is a spiritual attack, not a demonic possession. You must know the difference. I do, but other people don't. And I don't want them misconstruing what's going on. When this is all over with, we will do a very big broadcast about it. But once it's over, so that way nobody interferes with the process I'm going through. The process I'm going through is not a method. It's not a memory retrieval technique. It's not hypnosis. It's not self-regression. It is solely relying on the Holy Spirit. Nothing up anybody's sleeve. I had Bridge on the other phone, on the other line with me today. Today was day 3. Bridge and I will do a broadcast about this when the time's right. Today's not the right day. So demonic and spiritual attacks are to be taken seriously. And a lot of people do not know what they're doing because they simply have no experience with it. And that's what's really sad, because you get some freedom deliverance ministries out there that like to talk to SRA and DID survivors, but sadly they never get to the bottom of their issues. And it's really important. When you decide to serve Heavenly Abba, then you have to walk your talk. You can't take on any new hobbies that are not suitable just because you think you were forgiven and you're God's child, so he's just going to say okay to everything. Like, it's okay for you to continue smoking. It's okay for you to continue every Friday night doing your cigars and your beer thing. Like, it's okay for you to do these little things that, you know, in the grand scheme of things, you think you're not doing anything bad, but really you are, because you're putting something between you and Abba, and you're putting something first, and you're not relying on him. You're not relying on his strength, power, and authority. Simple as that. Today, on my 3rd day, we got rid of broken things in my house to get rid of my brokenness. We got rid of clutter because I don't need the frustration and haze. The first trip out to the garbage, I brought 7 bags with me. The second time out, the second occasion, bringing idols, objects out to the garbage, I brought 4 big boxes. You know, when you're moving, 4 big moving boxes. I made 1 extra trip for whatnots. Then I had 3 more occasions that I went out to the dumpster. I brought 4 more bags out, went back through my house, found another 2 more bags, took them out to the dumpster, went back in my house. I found the suitcase. Where's Warrior V? Yesterday you said, Warrior V, what about the suitcase that contained all the gems and crystals? Well, that suitcase had a broken leg. I can't keep the suitcase. It had to go out. It's broken. We got rid of idols. Okay, Christmas is coming up. You know, your Christmas lights, your Christmas trees, all of that. It's nothing but pagan. There is nothing that you can do to redeem any of it. And if you think that your Christmas tree reminds you of Yeshua HaMashiach, did you ever hear that term, lukewarm, and you're going to be spat out of his mouth? That applies to you. Go lay down. Hey! I don't care what's happening out there. You pay attention to what's in here. You will be spat out of his mouth. You're lukewarm. You're taking idols of a Christmas tree, of a wreath, of lights, of ornaments, and you're trying to say that it's Jesus' birthday when it's not. It's Krampus's. You either celebrate Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh's feasts and festivals, or you are a backslid, lukewarm Christian at best. Don't give me your guff, because I'm standing up to you plastic Christians. You're all backslid. You don't love God. You still love this world. You got 1 foot in it and 1 foot on God. Well, that don't cut it when you want to be a servant, a true, real servant to him. Okay, the first 7 bags. What did we do on the first trip with the first 7 bags? Well, we walked through my house. And where the hell did my other sock go? Are you kidding me? We went through my house and whatever stood out, we talked about. I had somebody on the phone, but they're a prayer warrior. So while they were on the phone, they could see everything that I was doing. Because they have that gift of being a prayer warrior. Anyway, so I'm going to think about my testimony and not anything else. Everything that stood out to me, gifts, idols, nicotine. You get a box that says Christmas lights on it. Yeah, it's still Christmas. It's a false idol. Get it out. You want to be backslid and lukewarm, that's your choice. I want to be on hot fire for him. That's my choice. So we walked around the house. We went through my closet. We went to every single box in my closet and we talked about it. I kid you not. We went to every drawer in my kitchen and we talked about what was inside of it. We went to every box in my closet, talked about it. Every fishing poles, tactical tools. She saw my tools and asked who gave them to me. And then when I told her, she goes, okay. In my closet, we threw out sheets. We threw out towels, old sheets and towels. We came across I used to be a clubber. We came across a box of my old clubbing clothes. I took those 2 huge bags and I threw them out. That made a huge difference in my atmosphere because demons were attached onto those clothes. It held all of my sins in those clothes. It held all of my sins in those sheets. And so demons could access that. And then they could sit in my house and just wreak havoc at me and pick at me little at a time. I've been here since February 2020, okay? So they've been picking at me little by little. And you've seen what's been going on. I couldn't even unpack for a while. We got rid of the nicotine. We got rid of me smoking marijuana because really I want to ingest it because that's what works best for me. No more smoking. I don't want to be smoking anyway. And if I quit cigarettes and I quit vaping, smoking marijuana is just going to remind me of that and pull me right back in it. So goodbye. And plus, it's the edibles that works, not the flower. I just got approved of my medicinal marijuana cannabis card today. I'm going about it legally, and if anybody has to say anything about it, they can go pound salt. That's my medicine. You're not disabled. I am. Shut up, plastic Christians. You know, there are way more plastic Christians than there are people that truly love him. It's just like the plastic Christians. Oh yeah, I'm going to go bless my house, but I'm not going to take out the unholy objects. I'm not going to take out the idols. I'm not going to take out things that I put before God. I'm not going to give anything up. I'm just going to expect him to take it from me. And then I'm going to go around and bless my house. Dude, you got false idols. You're about to celebrate Christmas and you want to bless your house? You can't bring Jesus into a house like that. You just can't do it. It doesn't work. It's not a holy place for him to dwell in. You're getting drunk, smoking cigarettes, screwing someone of the same sex. Yeah, your body is not holy for him to dwell in. Now, I don't want to hear your excuses, and I don't want to hear you twisting the Bible. Shame to you who does that. And you know who you are. I got rid of your objects too. Anything that was sexually corrupt, like my clubbing clothes, sheets, towels, books, even from pastors. If they were sexually immoral, I threw everything out. I don't want sexual immorality in my life. I have a commitment of celibacy and it's staying. Do you know what I did today? Well, let's see as far as the demons. Abba told You can't linger in here. I told you, there's nothing else. Get out. In Yeshua's name. So, Heavenly Abba told Bridge, tell Holly to get rid of her nicotine right now. And it was funny because I was standing in front of my nicotine and I'm looking at a juice bottle that Jamil had given me. Remember the famous musician Toot? Well, I picked out all these flavors I liked through him. And so all the flavors I had in there were nothing but reminders. And what's nicotine but an addiction? What's addiction? It's a demon, no matter how you cut it. I don't care if you used your cigarettes to relax. I used to too. I used to vape to relax. You know what? In the end, it really didn't work. I kept up with the panic and anxiety attacks. I quit smoking. I quit vaping. Boom. Like, no more panic, no more anxiety attacks. More than that, I don't have to worry about leaving the house and forgetting them, or not having money to buy them, or always having to grab them before I go for a walk with Keeper. No. I don't want the chains. Those things are going to bind us to the earth. Do you want to be bound to the earth? Or would you rather cut the cords that are really hard to let go of now for him? Or you just want to cling on to those cords and then later hope that your explanation is good enough for him to judge you as a sheep? I have to ask. So we go grab my nicotine box, lid, and all. I take the whole entire thing, throw it in. I look at Keeper and Save Us Toys. I'm like, there's nicotine on them. I look at the patches, right? You're not smoking, but the box says nicotine. What's nicotine? An addiction. What's an addiction? A demon. Patches went in the garbage can. And there was one point I was taking the nicotine and all the dog's toys and some other things, because I'll get them new toys. After this spiritual attack, I want all the dirt, all the old out. No clutter, nothing from the past. Everything Yud-Hey Vav-Hey approved. No gifts, no idols. No things I put before him. I forget exactly how it happened. Bridge can tell you better. She was paying attention. But the day went so fast for me, I can't really remember the details. I was just on it. I was on it, Rose. So I don't know where I got the energy to lift all this stuff up and take it outside, down a flight of stairs and around the building. Anyway, once I was gathering the nicotine and the old pet toys and looking at things, and all of a sudden I turn around and here's that thing standing clear as day on the pile of nicotine toys and other things I was throwing out, and I can't remember exactly what happened. But I was like, oh my God, I can see it, 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 it's standing right there, it's right in my face. All of a sudden, this thing just pops up on the pile that I'm collecting to put in the garbage bag, and it gets up, and it moves closer, and then it just stands right there. And I was like, I have had it. Now, I used curse words. Yes, I did, but I won't right now. I'm like, I've had it. You are not scaring me. This is my home. I've been scared of you for 47 years. Not today. You are going to remember my name, and you're going to bring it back to the darkness, and you're going to tell them when you hear Holly Baglio to run, because I'm going to nail you with Yeshua. And I took all that stuff with the demon standing on top of me face to face. I took it with my own hands and I felt it. I dug into the pile, threw it in the trash can. Grabbed the nicotine, box and all, threw it in the trash can. Threw it in the trash can. I said, you know what? This pile, they were big, huge trash bags. I think well, anyway, there were certain times where I would just have to stop, pause, and whatever was in my hand, take it out. This was one of the times I had to stop and pause because I had the demons in my hands. And I take it out the front door. I said, you know what? I'm not scared of you, and I'm going to escort you off my property. So I took it, and I gathered up a few more bags I could. I opened up the door, walked downstairs, opened up the other door, walked around. I took that thing, opened it up, and I slammed it in. You're not welcome back. I just kicked you out. Bridge and I go through the closet again. We're looking at suitcases. Well, there was a suitcase that I got from an ex that I traveled to Tennessee with. She goes, you got to grab the suitcase. I'll be with my chat room in a minute. I grab the suitcase. I bring it out to the kitchen. I start making a pile of things that, okay, there's boxes, empty boxes. They're just hanging around. That's clutter. It's unnecessary. It takes up beautiful space. I like nice, neat, organized. Everything has a place of its, a home for itself. So I grab out the suitcase. Bridge and I start finding other things, put them in a pile. I walk. Now the pile's right there that I'm talking about. I had the suitcase and I'm starting to add bags right there. So I come back and I'm walking through the living room and I stand here and I look back and there's that suitcase. Oh, I'll come back to the nicotine. Remember that nicotine demon? That nicotine demon was standing right here. So when I grabbed him by the neck here, and I hung on to that critter in my hands and literally walked him out my door, all the way outside, around the property, and into the dumpster. All right, so getting back to this suitcase, right? I'm adding another pile of stuff to throw out. I walk into the living room. I turn around and look back, and I said, Bridge. Sit. It's sitting right on top of the luggage. I forget, I got really scared. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be scared this time. It's your time to get scared. And again, I walked over to the kitchen. I put my hand right on top of where the demon was sitting on the suitcase. I kid you not. I put my hand right on top of where that demon was sitting on the suitcase, yoked it up, and with my bare hands again, out this door, down the stairs, out the front door, around the house, into the garbage. There was another demon. He was hiding. I came to put my closet back together, right? Because we threw a bunch of stuff out. So I was putting it back together to be neat and orderly, a sign of the Holy Spirit, neat and orderly and clean, because I got rid of the mess. So it's like my clothes, and there's boxes in the back, but it's neat. You can still get in there. So I'm in the closet, like stacking my boxes, which I have to do a little better. But stacking my boxes, and all of a sudden this demon comes right up behind me and on top of me. I was like, not again. You are not startling me or not scaring me in my own home. I turned around, I grabbed a hold of him. I forget what I did with that one. I remember thinking in my mind, should I turn on the window fan and throw him out the window fan? Because that sounds like it would be kind of fun. And I actually did do that with one demon. He was bothering me at my kitchen. I grabbed a hold of him, and the window fan was blowing, and I was like, this is my home. You have no right. You have no claim. You have no authority here. I take the authority in Yeshua's name. Get out. I threw him out the kitchen fan, and he splattered all over the backyard. This is a spiritual warfare. And what happens in the spirit will manifest physically. So I can't wait for all this stuff to manifest physically that I've accomplished today with Bridges' help. All praise and glory to Yud Hey Vav Hey, because he led this whole thing. So I kid you not, every drawer in the kitchen, even my refrigerator, throw out old food, but also throw out dirty food. What's dirty food? All pork products and shellfish. I don't eat pork products. I'm too broke to even afford shellfish, so I'll never have my beloved crab legs again, but, or shrimp. But, also old food, bad food, expired food, food that you know you're never going to use, but you're just keeping it in there anyway? No. The demon that was in my bedroom on top of my club clothes, that one scared me because he was hiding. He was hiding. It wasn't until I got to the last box at the bottom that I found him. But I had to stop and pause because with every big demon that I found, I took all those objects and belongings that I do not have ownership, and I renounce, rebuke, and reject in Yeshua's name. I had to stop and pause and throw them out. And then when I would come back in, Abba would show me something new. He would draw my eyes to something new. It's like I had to get out all those demons layer by layer just to get down to the core. So yeah, there's a few broken things in my house, like my closet door. I need my doorknob worked on. So this demon definitely wreaked havoc. What's left? What can I tell you what happened today? You have to go through things one by one. You have to go through every item in your house and see why you have it. And if it's meant for Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh's purposes or for your own purposes. If it's meant for your own purposes, you have a choice. You can choose that or you can choose Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. The choice is all yours. I made my choice today. I made my choice 7 years ago, babe. You know, my 7-year anniversary is coming up with Heavenly Abba on December 12th. I made my choice, and I want to make sure when I have my wedding anniversary, there is nothing that's going to come between him and I. I miss him a lot. I remember him from before we all were born here on earth. So when I say I miss him, I feel it because I remember him. You guys don't remember. You've got a luxury. I've got a double heartache because I remember him from before being born. You only miss him once. I miss him twice. I miss him twice now. You're only missing him once. You hear my lungs? I just gave up smoking, vaping, and nicotine, and I threw away all my pot pipes. I threw away all my bongs because it's not, I like it better to ingest it. Yes, I did. I even had wax. Now, I could have smoked my wax, but I didn't do that. I threw the wax away, too. I didn't even stop and say, well, since I'm throwing it away, let me take my last dab hits first. I'll dab it first, take a few good puffs, and then I'll throw it away. You can't do that with Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. It doesn't work like that. You see it, he says, get rid of it. You get rid of it. My pack of cigarettes, he said, get rid of it. I took out more than a half a pack of cigarettes. I took out 15 cigarettes from my pack today. 15, brand new pack. I took all of them out. I broke them in half, threw them in the bag. All of my vape pens, my brand new vape pen, $30 on. Threw it away. I'll be in my chat room 1 second. I just got to make sure. All right. Steal it. I'm bringing it back. I'm fully disabled. They said I could. I actually got permission, but I will bring it back. I've just been a little delayed. I have one bag sitting outside my door that when I walk, keep her tonight. There's one more bag sitting outside my door. And that's it for the demons. You want to see the last bag? And Bridge and I got it all. I'll be in my chat room in a second. I just want to remember I get all the details down because 3 hours flew by and I can't remember all the details because I was just rushing to get them out. Something popped out of my eye. I took it out, threw it out. And I was just rushing. And when these demons were scaring me, I just got more mad. And I picked like 3 of them up by the neck today and literally escorted them out. Sometimes you have to do that. Now, are you, Jeffrey, now strong enough to do that? Because I know you're strong enough to come inside my chat room and abuse all the other survivors. But are you strong enough to grab a power, principality, or demonic spirit by whatever and escort them off your property? Because I did that. Now, Abba told me to take a shower to make sure I got the demon schmutz off of me. But they jump on you, they pound you, they beat you. Today, every time before an entity hit me, Bridge said, Holly, tell me everything you're seeing, tell me everything you feel. There was a time when I felt like I was being hit. My jawbone, all along my jawbone, was vibrating intensely. And then I felt like I was getting punched in the face. Sure enough, that's when I saw a demon. And that's when I got ticked off of being so scared. That one demon in my face, man, I was like, ooh, I know what you look like. I know you're icky. I'm icky. But I am not going to be scared this time, whatever you think you are. And that was it. Oh, that's it. I had a pair of broken sneakers. My sneakers broke. I don't have sneakers anymore. I went in my bedroom and I'm like thinking, wait, clutter. I have broken sneakers. What am I going to do? Duct tape them? Come on. I grab the sneakers. I walk all the way back to the kitchen to put the sneakers in the bag. And as soon as I start to put these sneakers, because the sole ripped apart from the shoe, as soon as I put these sneakers in the bag, I was like, oh my God, it's on, it's on, it's on, it's on, it's on, it's on. Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. Not today. This thing is getting out. So again, I have the demon. I'm putting it in the bag. I kid you not. I'm trying to loop around the bags. You know, the ShopRite bags. I'm trying to loop them around. The shoelaces are flying out of the bag like it's snakes. And they're like hitting my skin as if a snake would. And that was the shoelaces. It was like the shoelaces literally came alive. I took that bag, I think, immediately out. That's broken stuff. That's clutter. You don't want it, guys. I'm not going to fix the sneakers. They're broken. They're done for. Why keep them? I already know what size I am. There was a time on one of the trips that I took out. I think it was when I got my 4 big moving boxes out. And they were filled. They were filled. I kid you not. Once I got done throwing those 4 moving boxes out, as soon as I got them in the dumpster and I took like 2 steps to walk back in, I had a vision that to my right side on my desk was this big viper with its mouth was the size of my face. And it just went, oh man, you should have heard the knocks, the footsteps. The demons were talking today too. They were trying to speak death into me. They were trying to get back in. They were trying to come up the pipes, the electrical units. They tried to even, there was something that happened with the air. I can't remember what it was. Hopefully Bridge took notes because today just ran so fast for me. But see, this is a process. You can't just walk into a house and bless it. You got to walk in, talk to the person, see what their attachments are, see what is dividing them from their heavenly Abba, and then help them to. It's not about judging them like Jeffrey Nell does. It's about talking to them like what Bridge did to me today. We talked about many vulnerable things. She never once judged me. In fact, you know what? She went through the same things I have. I just found out we've got more in common now than before because she's walking me through this process. Now, to bless your house is a process. You don't just walk through it and done. I used to do that. That is the wrong way. You have to pull out all the objects, all the idols, all the clutter, all the stuff that you put before God. Your goat's heads and your bones and your skeletons and your... sometimes hobbies that you put in front of God. My martial arts medals and my poetry medals, no, I threw them all out. I put that before God. I'm not putting anything before Heavenly Abba. But this is a process, a spiritual attack. This is not a freedom deliverance, okay? I'm not demonically possessed. Yes, today the question was brought up. Heavenly Abba, by any chance, do any hidden altars or unknown altars, are they demonically possessed? Because I do believe I went through a freedom deliverance by myself with just my cat, dog, and Holy Bible back in March 2015. The answer came back, I am freedom delivered since March 2015. I met Russ Dizdar in the SII in April 2015, 1 month after I gave myself my own freedom deliverance. This spiritual attack was cleaning my house to get it prepared for my wedding anniversary. Plus, I've made a few mistakes over the past 4 years in my walk with him. 3 years. 4 years. And, I really want him more than this world, more than the clutter, the brokenness, the idols. Look at these these Hallmark holidays. I don't want that. Give me Abba's festivals and feasts. Like, I'm a little jumpy right now because I'm like, if I see another demon Abba, I am going to rip it to shreds. I am sick and tired of being scared, but I kid you not. I told that one demon, I said, you remember my name. You tell your friends, I ain't scared of you. Not anymore. You're going to be scared of me from now on. I got my breastplate of righteousness, my shield of faith, and I got strong hands. What else can I tell you what happened today? I took a shower, I vacuumed my house, got up what I could. It didn't have to be perfect. Just start to, just get up like the fuzz, like the hair fuzz on my floor from having pets, right? And look at this, guys. Look at my table. Remember my kitchen table when I showed it to you? Remember the mess that was on it? Well, that's a pile of work. That's a pile of work. I have 3 piles of work. This is my drawing for Yud Hey Vav Hey. All I have to do is fix my dirty dishes. All right. Once I clean all of my dirty dishes and they were put away and there is order, then I will ask Abba, is it time to bless this house? And depending on his answer, I may have to do more work or he may come back at me. He may come back at me and say, yes, you can bless your house. And at that point, I'll go through my house and we'll bless it. Right now, today, remember I told you last night or this morning when I was trying to sleep, I was seeing like demons were making faces in the wall and then they would be making designs. Well, when we started this process, that was just the beginning. Sometimes you have to take a night or two to sleep on things to really make sure you got it all. It can't just be a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You really got to pay attention to detail. And I've been paying attention to detail, right, James Sarsma? Right, Warrior V? Right, Bridge? Right, Holly? I have everything popping out. I kid you not, at one point, I kid you not, it's true what they say about demonic attacks. You see my curtain in my bathroom? That horse right there blinked at me or winked at me. The demons I had were hopping around and jumping. I came face to face with, I think, different kinds of demons. It wasn't like one certain kind. It was different kinds. Because one's pounced at me and ran at me, which is odd. I never had that happen. One snuck up behind me. Well, no, I've had that happen. The other one standing by my face, I don't know. It was different kinds of demons that I came into contact with. So I had to adjust my prayers accordingly. Whether it was my fault that I brought them in my life or whether I stupidly wasn't paying attention and brought them in my life, which is still no excuse. It's a process. It takes a few days. It's not overnight. You can't force things. But the Holy Spirit tells you, trust me, He tells you when He speaks. What else happened today? There's something I wanted to say, I thought. Oh, yeah, so the demons were trying to come up the pipes and come in my walls. So right now, because where I am, I cannot take claim to anything or anyone. I cannot go to the park and claim the park for God's. He doesn't want it. It's already turned over to the darkness. My other neighbors, listen, I can only take care of myself. So, in my apartment, I cast out all the demons to get out of my perimeter. What happens on my side of the walls is under my control. What's happening on the other person's side of the walls, I have nothing to do with. I don't want to hear the demons' voices. I don't want to hear them banging on the walls. I don't want to hear what they're doing on the other side. They be quiet in Yeshua's name. But whatever happens on my side and in my walls, they have no right to, because this is my perimeter. So we went through and we blessed, the walls inside the perimeter of my apartment. To start taking authority over this place. It's a process, and you have to let the Holy Spirit walk you through it. It's not a 5-minute or 15-minute thing. It's really not. What else happened today? Besides me throwing like 3 demons out by the scruffs of their necks. They got in my face, boy. I used to hate that as a kid. It would terrify me to the point I would pass out. And today when that thing got right up in my face, I was like, not today. Not today, Lucy. Not today. You're bringing my name back to your buddies and telling them, Holly Baglio, we've met her. She's not a nice human to us. I think what else happened today. I was just in such a mood to get them out. Like I was moving. When I was like finding the demons, I was moving to get them out. I didn't have time to think. I didn't have time to take notes. I was like, you're getting out now. And by my own hand in Yeshua's name. Because Abba just gave me his authority, power, and strength. So yeah, I got to wash my dishes. And then I got to sleep on things, of course, but I think now this place might be prepared properly to be blessed and filled with the Holy Spirit. We went through every object in my home, every drawer, every book, everything. We went through my clothes, my food, like everything. But that's what you have to do. If you're really serious about Yeshua, then you'll be serious. If you're not, then you've made your decision. And I've made mine. I want him. I want to be under his control, not Lucy's. All right, I'm going to talk to my chat room now. Say hi, and then I'll probably get going. I don't know what I'm doing with myself right now. I feel like eating. I got my appetite back, but I don't have energy to cook at all. The lady downstairs wants me to go food shopping. I was like, lady, I just had I almost had a heart attack, and I almost had a stroke. I'm exhaustion. I'm not going food shopping for anybody anymore. If you want, I'll come down and help you place a Walmart order, but I ain't going anywhere. What I just been through, you know way more people than I do to come help you face to face. You might need to call one of them for a little while, because I'm going to be taking care of myself. She didn't like when I said that, but and it got to me because today, for some reason, people were calling me 3 times a day when they never do that. Calling me 3 times back to back. And meanwhile, I'm in the middle of spiritual warfare, ripping these demons, trying to find the hidden demons. I even had to tell Keeper to shut up and go lay down a couple times because I felt like she was trying to distract me, and I couldn't. No. She's spoiled. She can wait. Thank you, Jody. Vicky, Catherine. Jody, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Jody. Boy, I appreciate you guys. Debbie, how are you? Good to see you too. I'm glad you're back. Gabrielle, Lynn. My eyesight's still a little off. So, Hope Bird 44, Angel Q Dog, Muse 222. How are you? Angel, I got you. Greta, it's great to see you guys. So that's a short and skinny about day 3 of going through the spiritual attack. And actually, I guess you'd call it blessing my house, but also like rebuking my sin and dropping my sin. Like, so I don't do it again. Like, I don't know in case you haven't noticed, but I know I told you I threw out all of my nicotine, but hey, who knows? Maybe on our next 7-year anniversary, on our 14-year anniversary, he'll give me the gift of healing hands. Wouldn't that be cool? Thank you so much. Well, I don't think I got to get over telling myself I don't have it in me or doubting or anything else. I know I could do it. I just got to have stick-to-itiveness. But I think after what I've been through and those demon handlings today, I don't ever want to go back. I mean, I got to tell you, I'm shook to my core. I really, truly felt like these demons were going to give me a heart attack and a stroke. I really thought I was at the end there for a while. 2 weeks of COVID, which the doctor said was sinus and migraine, but it wasn't. It was COVID or COVID. And then a week of attacks, and now this, like... Oh, yeah, one of the times when I was bringing down the 7 bags to the dumpster, guess who pulls in the driveway? Now, typically, I've done it on 4 other occasions where if I come around the corner of the house to the dumpster and Jessica, the squatter, pulls in the driveway, I literally turn around immediately, march myself up into my apartment with my garbage still in my hand, and I set it down. I do not continue out to throw it out because I have been so scared of her. Well, today, when that gang stalker pulled in the driveway where she's squatting, doesn't pay rent, doesn't live, squats, when she pulled in the driveway and I had those 7 bags in my hand, I thought, today, I am not running away scared from gang stalkers. Not today. And I kept walking my bags out. I didn't care if I stood in the way of her car. I didn't care if she wanted to get in and move. I put my bags down. I lifted up the dumpster. And with the other hand, I did what I could at my own pace. And I threw my garbage away instead of bringing it up back in my apartment because she chases me around my property and has been. I stood up to that too today. And I'm going to keep standing up to it. There was something that happened today that God gave me. I'm keeping it. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for helping me through this. Thank you for your prayers. I am definitely praying back with and for you guys. I am definitely praying back with and for you guys. And I really appreciate you guys in my life a lot. So Yeshua blessings. And I bind and cast down those powers, demons, and principalities. And if they come around me, I'm not scared to grab a hold of them and whip them around the room a few times, throw them out a fan so they splatter all over. They've got nothing on Yeshua. And I'm his kid. I love you guys. I'll see you later.